In today's Sharp Saturday video, we're going to take a look at the little brother to a knife we've already looked at on the channel, the Cold Steel SRK. Today we're going to take a look at the Cold Steel SRK Compact. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. And as I said, we're going to take a look at the Cold Steel SRK Compact today. First, a big thank you to the folks at Big Daddy Unlimited for making these Sharp Saturday videos possible by creating a situation where you can go to survivalonpurpose.com/BDU and join their membership club for just 99 cents for the first 30 days. Check it out. If you think it'll save you money and they got what you need, then if you stick around at 10 bucks a month or 99 bucks a year, they'll throw me a couple of bucks. So if you save money, it's a win for the channel. So I really appreciate your support. Thanks again to the folks at Big Daddy Unlimited for making that possible. Now, let's talk about this SRK Compact. As I said, we looked at the full-size SRK before. I really like that knife. I liked it so much that I included it in another video about just throwing at normal knives, not throwing knives, and I broke the tip off of it. So that kind of bummed me out a little bit, but this one is a really, little bit smaller. Had some people ask me about that, so we're gonna check this one out. So without any further ado, let's take you down to the old stump top. We'll talk about the specs of this thing. We'll get to doing some of that knife stuff, and then I have restored the balance, orientation, and rotation device to its, well, sort of restored it. You'll see. We're gonna have to get all scientific with this one. You know we will, so let's get to it. Okay, so here is a little closer look, the Cold Steel SRK Compact. And this knife weighs just 5.1 ounces, so it's a very lightweight, nimble feeling knife. It features a 5-inch long by 4 millimeter thick blade of SK5 steel with black Tough X finish. So they like those X names. The handle material is Cray X. It's 4.5 inches long, which if you do your math right, that adds up to a 9.5 inch overall length. It also features a Secure X sheath. So we got a Tough X finish, a Cray X handle, and a Secure X sheath. They like those names. But it's a pretty nice sheath here. Is a combo sheath that has the nylon loop on it, which has both a snap and Velcro, which I like, and then snap closure here. It's got some all sorts of lashing points and stuff here on it. So really nice little sheath, and it's the retention seems pretty good on it. The MSRP on this knife is $53.99. I paid $29.99 on Big Daddy Unlimited for this one. So now let's get to doing some of that knife stuff. You want to? Okay, so first we have to do the Redneck sharp test. And let me go ahead and wipe the shipping oil off of this thing. This thing, by the way, is made in Taiwan, not China. It's made in the country of Taiwan. So let's try the old Redneck sharp test. I gotta get where I can see what you're doing here. So here we go, we're gonna try it. I'm pretty sure, let's see. Oh man, I'm trying to do this left-handed without cutting myself, but got a lot of dry skin there and a little bit of hair. Let's try the other one, see if I'm better with it. Okay, I'm better with it with this hand for whatever reason. So, yep, it passes the sharp test. What about the old one I'd hate to do? I really hate doing this. I don't even know why. The paper cutting test, but we're gonna give it a shot. Here we go. Okay. Okay, we're gonna call that a pass. Now let's get to doing the stuff I like to do. So first, we'll do a little chopping. This is not a chopper, I got you, but I'm trying to be consistent with my testing. So I've got this piece of really heavy duty, super solid privet. We're just gonna do a little chopping on it. And this thing only weighs just a few ounces, so yeah, it's not gonna be a chopper, but we'll do a little chopping just to see, because I always like to be consistent and see if it at least will, you know, maybe you need to make a little notch in something. Okay, that's about all we're gonna do, because it's just absolutely, it's not a chopper. It's not supposed to be a chopper. It's really more of an all-around. I almost look at this as like a combat knife. I really kind of Super lightweight, very, very, very comfortable in your hand, very nimble, feels really balanced. I like this handle. This handle is like kind of squared off, but it gives you a good index on it. It's got a tiny, tiny, tiny little swell right there in the middle. Just a little bit of a flare here. Got a nice finger guard on it here. And it just, man, it feels really good. I think this thing's pretty close to a full tang, just overmolded. Some people have told, oh, it's not a full tang, it's a whatever. If it goes all the way to here, I consider that a full tang, okay? If it's pretty wide. So either way, it's pretty solid. So, but since we didn't do much chopping with it, we should certainly try to baton with this thing, don't you think? Because you know me, I think that's a valuable thing to do with a knife, potentially useful task. So, and this is a big, tall piece of wood we're going to baton here. So, and it's about the right size for this knife, I think. So, let's just see if we can get something happening here. I'd really rather baton a shorter piece, but it's what I got, or what I have, I guess would be the grammatically correct way of saying it. And there you go. Not too shabby, and considering that's kind of a gnarly looking piece of wood there. You want to try one more, or should we just yeah, why not? We'll do one more, so we can get down to get us an angle here. We'll carve just a little piece of it off. I want to see if I can get an angle so we can do to the next industry standard test. Okay, put you aside, and we're going to take this one here, and we're going to just try to do a little feather carving, curl carving. Let's just see. Oh man, this bad boy is some kind of sharp. And this is not the best wood. It's really kind of crumbly. It's kind of dry and crumbly. I don't know what kind of wood this is, but it's carving some nice little curls here, but it's just some wood curls better than others, and carves better than others for sure. It's carving some nice curls off for sure. Okay, that's good enough. Can you see that? I mean, ain't she pretty? Not bad at all, actually. Consider this is not the most carvable wood I've ever seen. And I don't know what kind it is, but it's pretty dry and crumbly. So, you know what's next, don't you? I got to find where I have my fat wood in storage. Oh, there it is, over there, way over there. So here's my fat wood storage, and I'm going to try to. I think what we'll do this time, I'm going to try to break off a little piece of it. See if I can do something with this and kind of chop off a little piece so we can have something to work with, because there's a little back there. Let's see if we can break that off. Okay. Let me knock that down. You can't see that, can you? But I'm going to, here where you can see it. Trying to break off a little sliver of it. Okay, all the way down to there. That'll give us something to work with. And we'll just put you back in storage. So I'm going to carve a little bit of this. You see that? Oh, smell that. Can you smell that? Man, that is, oh man, that is so good, so good. That's this piece of fat wood, by the way, I harvested this about 7 or 8 years ago. It was when I first started the channel, and it's been just stored outdoors here in the storage facilities you just saw. And man, it is the bomb, I'm telling you. That's why, say it with me, I love me some fat wood. So we're going to carve some of that off. Look how good that carves. Oh my gosh. And it just, oh man, oh, it smells like just heaven. Okay, so now let's see how well the back of this thing scrapes, because that's something I like to do, especially with some fat wood. Let's see if it'll scrape some fat wood off there. This has got a lot of flex in it, so it's not scraping as well, but it seems to do okay. So we got a little fat wood fuzz here. You know what's next, don't you? I'll put you in storage too. And let me get my second favorite ferro rod out. If you've seen my videos, you know what my first favorite one is. I'll give you a hint if you don't. It comes attached to a little cylinder of liquid fuel. So let's see how well this thing strikes a ferro rod though. Well, here we go. You wanna try it? Let's do it. Oh, look at there, bam, right off the bat. Another reason I love me some fat wood. Oh, it went out right off the bat. The wind is blowing pretty good here. Yep. Okay, bam. Get some of the fat wood burning, it'll be okay. There it goes. All right. So, could be a little sharper on the spine, but the more you use it, it seems like the more this Cray, whatever Cray X or whatever coating it is, something X, black X comes off. So, there we go. Okay, so that was some of the practical testing with the Cold Steel SRK Compact. And just to do a quick recap, did just fine on the Redneck sharp test. For some reason, when I use my right hand, I'm better at it than when I use my left hand. I think I'm afraid of cutting my arm, but it did just fine. Paper test that I hate to do for some reason, it did great on. Chopping, not a chopper. Don't waste your time. It's not a chopper, but that's okay. It's not supposed to be. Batoning, did okay on what, about a 2 1/4, 2.5 inch piece of wood. Did great. It's kind of a gnarly piece of wood. No issues there. Carving did really well. It carved really good on that kind of dry, crumbly wood. When it got kind of down to some smoother wood, it did even better. Did fine carving on the fat wood. It did okay at scraping the fat wood. I found that when you have these coated knives, sometimes the more you use them on like a fire steel ferro cerium rod, the sharper they get because some of that coating comes off. But scraped okay, got enough fat wood fuzz going to get us a far. And as far as striking the ferro rod, as you saw, it did fine with that. And again, like I said, the more I use it, the better it seemed to get. So that's all well and good. But as you know, here at Survival on Purpose, we are all about the science. And to that end, we maintain a state-of-the-art, cutting-edge knife testing facility here at our worldwide headquarters, where we do a lot of standard, industry standard knife testing. But one of the industry standard knife tests we like to do, man, I'm drawing this out, aren't I? is test the aerodynamic balance using our balance, orientation, and rotation device. Say it with me. And you'll notice we've got a little bit of semi-renewal here going. If you've seen any of my recent videos, you know we had a catastrophic failure throwing the cold steel throwing hatchet. So I kind of redid it. Changed the paint scheme a little bit, color scheme, so we'll see what happens here. But without further ado, I think we should balance test this one, don't you? And again, as a reminder, when I balance tested this big brother, the first video did fine. When I included it in a knife throwing video, it did not do as well. The tip broke, so we're not gonna throw this one, we're gonna balance test it. Let's make sure we got the proper scientific method, right? Whoop, 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 whoop. Science. Oh, you want to play? You want to play? Here we go. So every time Kuma sees me throw something, he wants to chase it. Go get it, Kuma. Hey, that's 2 out of 2. Let's try for 3 out of 3. Whoop, whoop, whoop. 3 out of 3. Okay, so we're gonna call this one balance. I got some of the renewal paint on here, but there you go. So that is a hopefully reasonably coherent look at the Cold Steel SRK Compact. I gotta say, I like this little knife. It just feels, like I said, it feels good in your hand. It kind of reminds me, it has a very similar feel to the SOG Seal Pup. It's just got that kind of a, you know, all around combat-y style / general purpose knife feel. Super lightweight, feels really good in your hand, and I like it a lot. And like I say, I paid 30 bucks for this on Big Daddy Unlimited. Street price is probably gonna be somewhere in the 40s for, you know, most places. So if they don't have it on Big Daddy Unlimited, you can still get it for under 50 bucks probably. So not a bad deal, not a bad knife at all. I like this one a lot. Again, like most everything from Cold Steel that came out of the box, razor sharp, and pretty impressed with this one. So I hope this has been helpful. Thanks again to the folks at Big Daddy Unlimited for making these Sharp Saturday videos possible. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.